我们脑神经的记忆啊，
The memories in our brain
脑神经的记忆不可能带到另外一世去，
cannot
不可能带到另外一世去。这一生的记忆是这一生的，到另外一世去没办法带过去的。
So the memories in the mind, the brain of this life cannot be carried on to the memories of the next life.
但是
But
这个中阴身呢，他讲的有4种中阴身
he
呢，
mentioned about the 4 kinds of Buddha or
中
Buddhas.
它有4种中阴身啊，是4个阶段的。
So there are 4.
There are 4 bardos.
Yes, right.
那在人死亡之后啊，
After a person passed away,
他这个记忆是靠什么？
what does the memory rely on?
那个是有没有记忆？
If there is anything such as memory.
在这个我们生的中阴身，就是我们这个现在生着的现生的中阴身，
In this present bardo, the living
到了
body,
死亡的中阴身，
transferring to the dying or the dead bardo.
Can you just take the whole thing and translate to me?
Okay, sure.
然后到了死亡以后的那个中阴身，是不是还有记忆？在我所知道的哈，人死了以后，
In the Pardo.
他不是靠记忆，他是靠的是一种神通，是自然的神通。他就身体解脱了，身体没有了，自然会产生一种感应的神通力，这不是记忆。那他的意见是记忆呢，还是属于自然的神通？
The bardo state.
That's true. That's true.
Body.
That's true. You see, what happens is this. There are Pardo, there are 3 stages of the Pardo.
3 or 4
3 stages.
You say
no,
it's 4.
4 yes. 4, one of this life.
Yes.
This life. And this life also has got 2 other Pardos within it. The wake state and the sleep state.
Yes.
So actually this life, 3 Pardos. 3 Pardos connected to the life path of life. Then after death, 3 Pardos. Pardo, moment of death, when you actually die, when the consciousness dissolves, when like the outer dissolution of the elements and the inner dissolution of like the anger, desire, and ignorance, they all die, then like the mind dies. And you is what is revealed in the teachings, in our tradition particularly, is that then one's fundamental innate mind of clay light, or sometimes we known as ground luminosity, mother luminosity dawns. And that moment that if suppose one has been introduced, recognized shunya in one's life and shown to by the master and stabilized through practice, and that moment, that recognition recognizes the meeting of the 2 luminosities, and there comes the enlightenment. And that's what happens with many great practitioners, like in the Tibetan tradition, many lamas, like the Dalai Lama's teacher, many of them, when they die, they stay in meditation for 3, 4, 5, sometimes even like 1 week, is because they're in the state of luminosity, merging. Now, during that time, there's no body, even no mind. Now, in the next Pardo, after that, called Pardo of Dhammata.
Wait. 这是明光的这个阶段，
时间就是他说一个上师
没有身体，没有心。
3天或者5天或者7天的这个阶段。Master was asking the duration or the luminosity, how long is it?
Depends very much. Depends.
不一定。
Depends. Sometimes masters can stay in that meditation for 3 days, longer. For some of us, it happens also. To all of us, it happens because we have the Buddha nature. But just like that, and we're not even aware of it. And then if you gain actual realization that, then you reach Dharmakaya.
发生出现。
To the 3 kayas. Then the next Pardo is part of Dhammata, where you don't have where you have just a light body. Where what has happened is with the Sambhogai fields, Sambhogai visions of the light energy, but no body and no mental body, just the light body. And then when that, if you don't gain realize, then you go into the Sibha Pardo, part of existence, which is very much the Nimanakaya. but a confused Nirmanakaya. If you gain realization, you'll be into Nirmanakaya pure M, like Amitabha, this thing. But if not, then the confused Nirmanakaya is this world is confused Nirmanakaya, and you become, you know. So there, in that state, you have mental body, and there, the master is right that you there in that state you have like clairvoyance, and you see, and like there are 9 different qualities that are described. And it's interesting that in the West, near-death research have actually somehow pointed to similar findings also, that correspond to that a little bit.
认证到下个阶段就是法性中阴。那法性中阴
什么叫做认证？
What is recognition?
Recognition is basically, it's like this, it's like like through meditation, through, for example, through the training, for example, in life, like I don't know whether, I think it's Chan also, I'm sure there exists. You see, in our tradition is when you go through meditation, like in the Buddhist, many 5 paths. From the path of preparation, gradually you reach the path of normal learning. Like that, when you go through all the training, finally the master introduces to you the nature of mind, which is beyond words, beyond thoughts, beyond description, like the Prajna Paramita, unbound, unceasing, sky-like nature. And that kind of thing, when that is shown, and that time there's no mind, because the mind is not there, but what recognizes is the wisdom of discernment. Because in the 5 wisdoms, wisdom of discernment recognizes. So I remember one of my masters say, if mind is, how do you say, if there's no mind, then who realizes emptiness? Is there actually the wisdom of our own Rigpa recognize that, no?
它是自己认证的，是自己认证，
自己。
是不是？认证是 recognition 是自己还是
Recognition is through oneself.
Kind of oneself. Actually, the interesting thing is there's not really actually self as such there at that particular moment, but a kind of just a clear awareness. That's the clear light, and that what the master has shown, that clear light that one has recognizes the ground luminosity when it appears at the moment of death. Because what happens when you die, according to the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, like all the poisons, anger, all the obscurations, anger, desire, ignorance that obscure inherent Buddha nature, like the clouds, die, and revealing the sky-like nature. And when you see that, but if you have the awareness, like in lifetime, then you can recognize him. If you not have the awareness, it happens to you, but then it just goes like that. I mean, it happens to everybody because we all have the Buddha nature.